When it comes to travel, more and more consumers are doing it themselves. But if your trip is complicated and it's expensive, potentially traveling internationally or having multiple cities in your destination, a travel agent may actually be able to make the process a lot easier.
The trip to Alaska has always been on our bucket list. And we've traveled for over 30 years throughout the world. And we've booked through travel agents, we have booked through online, we have booked by telephone. And always our trips have exceeded our expectations, and we always felt that we got a really, really good value for the money we spent.
It might be surprising to consumers, but a lot of times there may not be a fee for using a travel agent because a travel agent oftentimes gets paid by the hotel chains or other vendors.
In the future for my travel, I will be using a company that I have either traveled with before, or I have friends who will vouch for the integrity of the travel company. If a deal looks too good to be true, then I think maybe it probably is. The other thing that I think is a kind of a red flag is the fact that she did not deal with a credit card. And so you have no recourse. If we used a credit card, I think we would have had some recourse. Well, we still haven't been to Alaska, but we did take an impromptu trip around the Great Lakes and had an absolutely fabulous time. Maybe even a better time than we would have had in Alaska. So sometimes things work out for the best, but hopefully one of these days, Alaska will be realized.
Nobody wants to get onto a cruise line and find out that they're all full of senior citizens and your children are disappointed because they expect to have fun and somewhat of a nightlife, only to find out that no one's having any nightlife at all. The itinerary is very important, okay, as well as obviously the cost, and the travel agent is capable of determining which cruise line is most appropriate, which one travels to the certain itineraries that you want, and quite frankly, we again can find the lowest fare for you. We also have destination specialists. We are destination specialists in, I believe, 37 different countries, which means we have passed courses, been to the countries, we've visited them, we've really studied it through and through. So whether it's Australia, Thailand, Italy, we know the countryside, we know the right time to go and the right time that maybe you might want to stay away. And so it is very important for us. We only hire people with 3 years or more experience, and quite frankly, that kind of expertise is invaluable to the person who's never been to that destination before. The one thing I might point out, and people sometimes are unaware of, the early morning flights, say from 6:30 until 7:30 in the morning, are not typically long lines. But it's when you have travel times in the 8:30, 9:30 time that you're getting a compounded effort of multiple people. Those that are leaving at 10 o'clock, as well as those that people are leaving at 8 o'clock. So you can see it really gets compounded in there, so there's often a delay. So get there early.
Travel agencies were among the top 10 most complained about categories on Angie's list in 2011, so it's important to do your research to get a good one. The key kind of complaints that we saw were when agents were hard to get a hold of, or if they weren't honoring contracts.